Presidents of Venezuela between 1830 and 1930, 100 years of history. Please, the very first thing you're going to do is to confirm me that you can actually see my screen and share my screen with you. So let me know when you can see the presentation. To see the presentation, you must click my avatar. By the way, my avatar here at the right. So
I didn't hear you very well. It was like a robot,
right.
and I can see the
Let me repeat.
presentation.
Good. That was the question. If you can see the presentation, then everything is fine. What about you, Carlos? Can you see the presentation? Carlos, are you alive?
Okay, okay. Sorry.
Uh, let's begin then. Let's start introducing each other. Please, the basics. You know, tell your name, what is your age, what do you study, why. In this case, if you have heard about any president, I don't care, anyone works, because I know there are many and probably most of you will hear about it, but go ahead, make your best effort.
Okay, the first.
Mm.
Okay, my name is Carlos Pereira. I'm 20 years old and study chemical engineer at the USB. And in the trimester or quarter. And I don't know a lot about the president of Venezuela, but I know about some of these presidents, like I don't, um, Caldera and Chavez, but I don't know about a lot of this story.
Chavez, why always Chavez? I mean, for real?
Huh?
What are you? No, Chavez. I was expecting to say Chavez.
Well, I didn't want to say Chavez.
Everyone knows Chavez. What about you?
Okay. Hello. I am Linda Prato. I am 19 years old. I study at the UCB medicine. I'm the second year, and I don't know a lot about history. And I'm here because I want to learn about that because I think it's really important. And I noticed I was looking in Wikipedia and Google the presidents of Venezuela in that time, and I found that there are many presidents that they are really a lot. And I was like, oh my god, and that's all.
Oh, well, that's good. Given the fact that we had like 200 years of history, if we wouldn't have a lot of presidents in that period of time. Let me see
Well,
something. Daniel, are
sorry,
you among the living?
sorry, what?
Daniel, are you here?
I'm here.
Oh, all right. Then introduce yourself. Be nice.
Sorry, Mariano, I really can't understand you. It sounds like
Oh,
if
but
Yes,
you
me
have a
neither.
robot voice.
no, we can do it. the problem.
Yeah, the problem is your internet, so I can't really understand what you're saying, but I guess you encourage me to introduce myself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yes.
Well, let me see the questions, please. Application. Currently, I'm the I like what I like. I like a lot of things, but mostly listen to music. You know, the usual thing.
The usual thing. The usual thing. How
You
damn, your is really complicated. Mine it sucks. All right, guys, can you hear me there?
Hmm? Okay.
I can hear you, but it's kind of difficult.
Yeah. But who wants to read? Because obviously I'm not going to be the one talking here.
It will
I
be a
want to
pain.
read.
It will be a pain listening to you.
Yes, it's difficult. Okay. I'll read. Yeah. Do you
Yes.
agree? Okay.
Yes.
Jose Antonio Páez. He was a general in 1830. Páez declared Venezuela independent from Gran Colombia and became president. He was the first head of government after the dissolution of Gran Colombia. He served as president only twice between 1830 and 1835 and 1839 and 1842. In 1861, Páez became supreme dictator, I think, but ruled for only 2 years before again returning to exile.
All right.
Hello?
Here there, by the way. Hello.
Hello, I
Hmm?
am here.
With you.
Can you hear me? Hello. Hello.
Mm,
Guys, can you hear me?
yes, I hear you.
Yes.
All right. I don't know why I couldn't hear you. Anyway, yeah, this is Paz. He was pretty much Bolivar's until he betrayed him. Those things happen. Let's see what comes with this one. Who wants to read this one?
Mm.
Hello.
I want to read this one.
Go ahead.
Andres Navarrete. He was a lawyer. He was president of Venezuela as interim caretaker. As vice president of the republic, Andres Navarrete assumed executive power between 20 January 18 1835 and 9th February 1835 when Jose Maria Vargas was elected as president. He returned to power after the resignation of Jose Maria Vargas between 24 April 1836 and 20 January 1837, 9 months in total.
All right. Any doubts about the vocabulary? By the way, important that.
I didn't know about this president. I didn't hear about this guy.
Mariano.
Tell me. Yes, tell me. What's going on? Daniel, what the hell are you doing there? What? Anyway, continue. Who wants to read Jose Vargas? He is a little bit more famous.
Mm, Mariano, I can't see the presentation. I don't know why. Yeah,
Now I
right.
can. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I don't know.
Your question was who wants to read, right?
E.
Yes.
Yeah,
All right. I want. I want.
you don't have too
All
many
right.
options, darling.
Yeah. Yes. All right. Jose Maria Vargas. He was a physician. He was the president from 1835 to 1836. He graduated with a degree in philosophy from the Seminario Tridentino and obtained in 1809 his medical degree from the Real and Pontificia Universidad de Caracas. He resigned from his presidency in 1836.
I have a question. Why do you think this guy resigned to the presidency?
To be honest
Mm,
with
Well,
you, I do not nothing about history of the president of Venezuela. So I guess I can't tell you the answer.
Actually, this is rather funny. It was barely because he was overthrown. You see, you the fat guy here, this one, Bias. You remember him?
I can hear you.
uh-huh.
Well, that douchebag happened to have a lot of enemies, and he left Jose Maria Vargas in charge as his incumbent president. So those enemies pissed off, and they eventually tried to take Jose Maria Vargas down with a revolution. They succeed, but Paez came, beat them down, reinstalled Jose Maria Vargas as president, and Jose Maria says, "You know what? I'm tired. I'm done with this. Go fuck yourself," basically. This guy, Jose Maria Carreño. Who wants to read this one?
I want to. Okay. Jose Maria Carreño. He was a general. He He was the vice president in the government of Jose Maria Vargas and provisional president of Venezuela as interim caretaker in 1837. Jose Maria Carreño lent his shirt to Simon Bolivar right after his death.
So sweet.
Yes, it's really sweet.
What the hell
And
is that noise?
I think Sully is here, so hello,
Yes.
Yes,
Sully.
can you hear me? Hi.
Yes,
Yes, I can hear you. Hi.
yes,
Finally.
loud and clear.
All right.
Well, since you're here, Sully, read the next one.
Hello.
Hi.
I
What happened?
Hello. Hello. I can listen you.
Huh?
Hello.
I can you all.
Mariano, I can listen you.
Well, Daniel, can you please turn off your microphone when you're not talking, please?
sorry.
I thank you.
Can you hear me, guys?
I can hear you, but yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, that's all.
Nice. So who reads the next one?
Hi, I can. Hello.
Go ahead.
Carlos Sublet. 15 September 1689. He was a general. He was the president between 1837, 1839, and 1343, 1347, and a hero of the Venezuelan War of Independence.
Good. Who is next?
Hello.
Hello.
I want to read this one.
All right. Well,
Jo-
it's a lot like Chavez, by the way.
José Tadeo Monaga. He was a general. He ruled during 1847, 1851, and 1855, 1858. He was distinguished by his nepotism and favoritism bond policies. His disregard for laws passed by Congress when he disagreed with them, and the amount of power he attributed to the executive branch. During his second term, he arranged for a new constitution passed in 1858, which would grant him further powers.
See why I say he's pretty like Chavez? Guys,
Yes.
Oh, can you hear me, guys?
Yes,
No.
I
Yes.
can.
I can.
Well, that's a
Yes.
novel. This guy is pretty much Chavez because he was the one who invented the re-election in Venezuela. Actually, till him, no president have effectively managed to get himself re-elected. And he was also the one who created the so-called Presdidents, who exceptionally gave him power to do whatever he wants despite the parliament. Well, he was the guy. You thought Chavez was the no, he met his brother because yes, what Jose Tadeo Monagas and Jose Gregorio Monagas managed to be one after the other in the presidency despite being brothers. Who wants to read this one? Not everyone at the time.
I can do it.
Go. I'm going to start questioning it.
All right. Jose Gregorio Monagas. He was a general. He was the president between 1851 to 1855 and brother of Jose Tadeo Monagas. In 1851, he succeeded his brother as president during his presidency. Monagas proclaimed Venezuela to be a nation free of slavery. The combined rule of Jose Tadeo and Jose Gregorio Monagas (1847 to 1858) is commonly referred to as the Monagas dynasty or Monagatto.
That's a no. So, who goes with this?
Who what? I didn't hear that. Oh, okay.
Who wants to read this one?
Remember that
Mm,
there's a little of delay between when you change and when we see it.
Well,
yes.
wait to see some guy called Julian Castro. He has a long
Uh,
mustache.
Uh,
okay, I'll read. Yes. Okay. Julian Castro. He was a general. He was president between 1858 and 1859. In March 1858, he led a movement against Monagas, who quick who quit as president on 15 March. Castro became president on 18 March. His presidency was troubled with scandals, coup attempts, and the beginning of the Federal War in February 1859, led by Ezequiel Zamora and Juan Crisóstomo Falcón. Oh
Good,
wow!
good. About it?
What? What? I have a question. What is coup attempts?
Coup
Coup.
attempt, which means president violently.
What?
2002 was a coup d'etat attempt against Hugo Chavez.
Golpe de estado.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
bien, bien.
I didn't
Eh,
say nothing.
what can I say? Well, what? You know that I want to create La Colonia Tovar. Oh, come on, Carlos, you have to read this one.
Okay. Manuel Felipe de Tovar. He was a politician. He was president from 1859, 1861. Tovar ruled Venezuela during the Federal War.
Do you know what the hell is the Federal War?
And no,
Well,
Tell
any
us what
know
is the
what it
federal war.
perspective. I'm astonished by your perspectiveness. Federal War was a conflict, 5 years conflict, actually, was the longest conflict we have after the independence. And it was basically two parties, the Federalists and Centralists, fighting against each other, but believed each side that they were the best to rule the country. What the hell is that?
I didn't understand, but I understand that is then the Independence War.
Well, the Federal War is the longest war Venezuela has ever had since the independence. Independence last 10 years, 10 to 15 years actually.
Okay.
Let's continue. And this guy I'm about to show you, Juan Crisostomo Falcon, was the winner of that war. He won war and then he became president. And Linda is going to read about him.
Okay, but wait. Yeah, right. Juan Crisóstomo Falcón. He was a general. He served as the recognized president of Venezuela from 1863 to 1868, when a conservative revolution headed by General José Tadeo Monagas ended his terms as president. At the end of his presidential term, Falcon emigrated to Europe. In 1863, Venezuela, under the presidency of Juan Crisóstomo Falcón, became the first country to abolish capital punishment for all crimes, including serious offenses against the state.
Now you know to whom you can blame for the reason that we cannot kill the criminals in this country.
That, that we cannot, what?
We cannot kill criminals. We cannot punish them with death. It's impossible. It's illegal. And this
Okay,
douchebag is responsible.
okay. Yeah, I know. Okay.
Yeah, those things happen. Well, we're about to read about Manuel Ezequiel Brutual. He was one of those many provisional presidents whenever you know what they're about. Whatever. Who wants to read about him?
What?
Yeah, I was like,
Go ahead, read.
thank you.
Were you
What the
Yeah,
hell?
okay. I was like that, like, oh my god, what he's saying.
You guys are terrible. I hate you. Are you alright? No, you're not right. You're dying. Alright. So, can you read Manuel Ezequiel Brutual?
I read. He was an officer.
But you also.
Hello?
Now I can
I
I'm going to read. He was a provisional president in 1868. 19 June, had interview with Jose Tadeo Monagas, leader of the revolution of the revolution of culture, who did not sign an agreement, and the government was
All right. I couldn't properly hear you, but I'm going to say that you read and that you actually managed to fulfill it. Yeah, another of those that nobody cares about. Who wants to read about Guillermo Villegas?
Hmm.
It'll be a short read, actually.
I, I have something to say that, but bird, it's like a mustache is a bird. Yeah, I don't remember how to say that. It's terrible. I mean, that picture is really, I don't know, I don't like it.
You don't like the picture? Really? That's your concern?
Hmm? Okay, I'll read. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll do it. Guillermo Tell Villegas. He was a lawyer. He was an interim president in 1868 and 1969.
That should be
1869.
1869.
Oh, hello?
Are you
And 1892.
alright? This is a total waste of presidency. This was the guy who basically was placed in the presidency whenever there was a problem. Nice. Let's read about the third Monagas. Hello, are you there? Did you die?
I want to read this one.
Okay.
Jose Ruperto Monagas. He was a general. He was the president between 1869 1870. He was a son of Jose Tadeo Monagas.
Yeah, the Monagas family ruling Venezuela until this came. Have you ever heard about a guy called Antonio Guzman Blanco? No one, really? No one has heard of him?
No. Probably.
How's
Mariano,
that?
Mariano, I have a propose that if you want to make a question, a little question, uh, you can type it on the chat and we can read it and we can talk about that because the problem with the microphone, I don't know, it's still there. So it's like a way to talk more about that than just read the presentation. Yeah.
I agree. Finally, he saw the.
Okay.
Finally.
Yes, I know what is that. Um I was I studied nearby that. It it's really cute. I don't know. I like it. But yeah, I don't remember a lot about history. I it's not like I don't like history. I like it, but I don't know. I don't know why I didn't study that. That yeah. Oh my god. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. Oh, okay. Mhm. Antonio Guzman Blanco. He was a general and a lawyer. Hello. Okay. He was the president for three separate terms from 1870 to 1877, from 1879 to 1884, and from 1886 and 1887. The autocratic, yeah, it's strange to say all the
Yeah.
things, all the numbers. The autocratic nature of Gassman's regiments was in sharp contradiction with the economic and legal reforms, as well as with the achievements brought about. We can mention the modern currency Bolivar, the restoration of the national anthem, and important public works.
Any questions?
Okay. Francisco Linares Alcántara. He was a general. He was the president from 1877, 1878, and a member of the Liberal Party of Venezuela. José Gregorio Valera. He was a general. He was the president of Venezuela from 30 November 1878 to 26 February 1879. José Gregorio Valera was half brother of his predecessor Francisco Linares Alcántara. This one, yeah. Okay. Mm. Joaquín Crespo. He was a general president of Venezuela from 1884 to 1886 and again from 1892 to 1898. During the second Joaquin Crespo regime, the Venezuela crisis of 1895 saw Venezuela's long-standing dispute with Great Britain about the territory of Guayana Essequiba, which Britain claimed as part of British Guyana, and Venezuela saw as Venezuelan territory came to a head. An international arbitral panel ultimately awarded most of the territory to Britain.
All right. Let me see. Hermógenes López. He was a general, president between 1887 and 1888. After the resignation of General Antonio Guzmán Blanco as cause of his voluntary exile in Paris, I guess it's called, Hermógenes López provisional government enjoyed the active cooperation of the Liberal Party and the society. During his term in office, inaugurated the railroad between Puerto Cabello and Valencia, and on the water cable with Europe, February 1888. Juan Pablo Rojas. Damn. Mm,
Hello.
Hi, you're next.
Okay, but I can't see the presentation. I don't know if what. Yeah, right. Yeah. Uh-huh. Juan Pablo Rojas Paul. He was a lawyer. He was president from 1888 to 1890. Elected by Antonio Guzman, like his successor, Rojas tried to reconcile the followers of Guzman and Joaquin Crespo, confronted at the time. His 2 years in the presidency were marked by an economic bonanza, of which he took advantage to invest in public works. Okay, a good president. Raimundo Adueza Palacio. He was a lawyer. He was president of Venezuela from 1890 to 1892 and a member of the Liberal Party. Hmm. He was a lawyer. Guillermo Tal Villegas Pulido. He was a lawyer, acting president of Venezuela in 1892 during the crisis of the Revolution Legalista. I don't know what is that. Uh-huh. Led by Joaquin Crespo. He became president following the resignation of his uncle Guillermo Tel Villegas, thanks to his influences in 1892 helped to establish the psychiatric hospital of Caracas after visiting the insane asylum of Los Teques and watched the neglect condition of patients. Okay, thank you.
Alright. Ignacio Andrade. He was a politician. He was a military and politician, member of the Liberal Yellow Party, president of Venezuela, 1898 to 1899. His election was the I can see his election was declared cloned before.
But he only stayed at presidency 1 year. That won't happen, dear.
Cipriano Castro. He was a general. He was the first man from the Andes to rule the country, and was the first of five. So I continue. Mariano, I continue. Okay. Cipriano Castro, he was a general. He was the first man from the Andes to rule the country, and was the first of five military strongmen from the Andean state of Táchira to rule the country over the next 46 years. Castro's rule was marked by frequent rebellions, the murder or exile of his opponent is extravagant, living trouble with other nations. Juan Vicente Gómez, he was a general, he was a military general, the facto ruler of Venezuela from 1908 until his death in 1935. He was president on three occasions during this time and ruled an unilateral military strongman for the rest of the era. Gomez's rule of Venezuela is a controversial period in this country's history. His cunning leadership brought into what? Enrichment of the country, particularly after the discovery of oil, which enabled the development of a modern infrastructure. Jose Gil Porto.
Okay. Jose Gil Furtol. He was a lawyer. He was appointed as provisional president in 1913, along with Cesar Sumeta, Pedro Manuel Arcaya, Laureano Vallenilla, Lance. Vitorino Marquez Bustillos was one of the defenders of the dictatorship of Juan Vicente Gómez. And Victorino Marquez Bustillos. He was a lawyer. He was provisional president of Venezuela from 1914 to 1922, although Bustillos was elected by Congress, General Juan Vicente Gómez remained the real power behind the presidency.
Hmm. What is happening? I don't know what happened.
Chad, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Mariano. Hello.
Hello.
What happened here?
I don't know. I was watching the chat
Are you guys
every.
even paying attention to the chat?
What? Sorry.
Pay attention to the chat. Daniel and I have been talking over that since you actually requested.
Mariano, can you repeat the question, please?
Yes, I guess I'm going to talk. Well, your question is which president you like the most? Well, I will say I not like, but I found kind of interesting is the one who has my surname Villegas. I didn't really know. I didn't know about that. That were two presidents which have Villegas as surname. I found it kind of cool. Which one I hated? The one that take away the punishment. I think if we still have it, I guess the thing will be kind of different nowadays. And that's it. That I have to say.
I don't hate any of these presidents, but I don't interest in particularly in one of these. But I was interested in the president in the federal war. I think that it's a difficult part of the history of Venezuela, and he did a good job in the presidency.
Mm, um, I don't have a favorite or a hated president. I'm still not. I think that I have to read a little bit more about them, about each one, because yes, for example, one can do, uh, could do many things, and or interesting things, but uh, I mean that I don't know. I have to have a bigger view, contextualize everything. So I don't know which person I like the most.
Well, that's it. Good night, guys.